Hey there guys, it's Martyn here, and welcome back to this week's Sunday Catch-Up, episode 41 of this series. And before we jump into the usual Q&A, quick recap of everything. So this week has been a bonus for content for you guys. As I said, my general work for me has dried up a bit, so I've got a bit more time to work on videos and to try and also generate a bit more income as well, because I've got bills to pay just like we all do. So, as well as the usual, you had the hits review instead of the now review. I got a lot of positive response to that, so thank you very much. If you enjoyed that, there will be more hits videos coming. We also had the IDENT review, which was the latest batch of ITV Creates IDENTs. Hope you all enjoyed that one. And the bonus videos. So on Monday, we had the return of 3 quick facts, which I haven't touched on this channel for well over a year now. I found an old script I typed up for it laying around. I thought I'd bring it to life. I might make more 3 quick facts videos if that's something you guys are interested in. Maybe not once a week, but maybe once every now and then. And on Wednesday, we had the return of the BBC One CLOSEDOWN compilation. Again, another series I haven't touched in around over a year. And that was just something I really just wanted to make another CLOSEDOWN compilation. So if you really enjoyed that, guys, please again, let me know, and I'll maybe look about doing some more of different channels. And before we get into questions as well, next week is going to be another chocker week full of bonus content for you guys, so I hope you enjoy that. So on Monday, we're going to have the start of a new series I've devised called Overthinking. Now, this is just a show where the concept is I basically watch an episode of a kids show and I just comment over it. So it's just me commenting over an episode, about 14-15 minutes long, but I'm overthinking everything. You know, in kids shows, a lot of daft things happen, but you think, oh, well, it's a kids show, they get away with it. I'm just overthinking everything. So please do watch that. The episode of the series I've chosen to start with is a show that you guys know I love, and a show I know you guys also love as well. And then on Wednesday, after much thinking about it, it's actually happening. A lot of you have actually asked for a Nintendo Switch based video, a specific, like a collection video, something like that. So on Wednesday, you're going to get that Nintendo Switch collection video. So those of you who wanted that, please do check it out. There is no game footage, unfortunately. I did try a version with game footage, but it got taken down by copyright almost instantly. So it is just going to be me filming with the camera on my own collection, but I hope you enjoy that. But now, enough chatting, let's get into your questions. So starting off, we have Tai Vong, who says, what is your favourite game or video game, and do you read the newspaper? I don't really read the newspaper anymore. I sort of get my highlights off BBC News, either via the app or on the telly. My favourite video game, I just can't quantify that. A game that's very special to my heart is Sonic Heroes for the PlayStation 2. Now I know it's not necessarily the perfect Sonic game, and the PS2 version is often considered the worst with the frame rate and the glitches, but I remember getting that game soon after it came out back in 2004. I picked it up and I spent so much time on it. Great game. Real Oliver 9912 says, would you ever consider doing live streams on Nintendo Switch games, maybe play with viewers? And here comes the Switch questions. Well, as I've said before, I don't have equipment to live stream. I don't have capture cards or anything like that. I have. If you send me a few links on where to get started, it's something I might consider, because I love playing games. It's been a pastime of mine, so if I get the equipment and get the know-how, I'll definitely consider doing it. Haniel Espinosa says, will the regular video schedule be returning considering your break is over, or will shows be cut down for a while? Well, as you've seen in this past week and across the next week, there is actually going to be more content than there has been before. In terms of video scaries and after these messages, I think they're not going to return even on a bi-weekly basis. They will return in some form, but I think it will honestly be every now and then, just because they take a lot of time to make, and they're the ones most liable to be not just demonetized, I'm not that fussed about it, but also taken down off YouTube full stop. So we'll see. And 2, have you considered reviewing more American channels for the IDENT review? Yes, I have. I just find the only problem is I like to get a full, so if I'm doing a set, for example, I like to cover every IDENT in that set. There's a great website called the IDENT Gallery, which focuses on a lot of UK channels, and to the best of my knowledge, accounts for all of the IDENTs in a set. The thing with the American ones is, it's harder to account for every single IDENT within a set. I can do a selection, but I do like to do full sets, so I will probably do more American IDENTs, but in the near future. Aidan Slater says, have you seen Toy Story 4 yet? And if so, what did you think? I have seen Toy Story 4 and I really enjoyed it, you know, but I think it's that question, the same sort of question I had with, oh god, I can't remember it. It was another sequel. It was basically asking the question, did this movie need to exist? And the answer, pure and simply, is no. We didn't need a fourth Toy Story movie, but considering it's there, I did enjoy it. And 2, do you own any PlayStation 4 games? I actually don't, because I don't own a PlayStation 4. It'd be nice to own one day, because I really want to play the Spider-Man game that came out for PlayStation 4, but not as of yet. Tay and Ty say Burger King or KFC. KFC. Dord Khan says, should BBC4 change their idents, and if so, what to? And what would be your favourite Now review? I have no idea what they should change their idents to. I'm not an ident designer as much as I'd want to be. Maybe that's something I'd do. I don't know for BBC4. They focus a lot on arts and history, so maybe something based around that. And my favourite Now review, I mean, I've done so many now, I think we're actually over 60, which is incredible. I like doing the ones that dip back into the numbered series, so like Now 100 I did, Now 99 in fact, so I enjoy those ones. Tim Goodwin, what camera do you use for your videos? So it's just a camcorder, it's a Panasonic, I can't remember the exact model number, but it has 1080p quality, films in HD, sometimes I upload in 1080p, sometimes 720, but it's a good little camera. Dr. Floyd03 says, do you like Russell Howard? Yes, I actually passed up the opportunity to see him live because I was in a school play playing the lead, and it was the show that night, Russell Howard, but I was a professional actor and I stayed and did the show. And 2, favourite war film? Hacksaw Ridge, probably the one that springs to mind over the last few years. The Mel Gibson directed one with Andrew Garfield, brilliant film. Kyle Wright says, how many Now albums do you own currently, and what is your favourite album out of all of them? Well, probably close to between 150 and 200 if you're including everything. I mean, I own all 102 as of this point, current releases in the numbered series. And as I said, with the Now review, I've done over 60 episodes. Some of them were more than one album, so I'd say probably close to 200. And my favourite Now album out of all of them, I'm a sucker for like the 80s or power ballad stuff, so probably one of those variants. Isaac Stairs Film says, if you had a chance to make a TV show, what would it be about, what would it be called, and why? Oh my goodness, probably something history/fact based. I love my facts. I don't know, maybe entertainment. I'd love to do an entertainment history, like a bite-sized thing, 10-minute episodes just to reel off facts to people. Scrambled59 says, what do you think about the hero from Dragon Quest and Banjo-Kazooie coming to Smash? I wasn't really fussed about the hero because I've never really played Dragon Quest, but Banjo-Kazooie, that is huge for a rare property to end up back on Nintendo. The sky's open now, who knows what's going to happen next. And 2, can you show us your collection of Switch games? Check out the video on Wednesday, my friend, and you'll get to see it. The Original Being says, what type of sound system do you own or use for playing music? So, I like to play my music off vinyl a lot now. I have a turntable, an Audio-Technica LP120, which isn't like the highest end, but it's not like the most basic end. It plays my records great, doesn't do them any damage. The base price, I think it's around £200-ish if you look on Amazon and stuff. But if you want a decent system, it's really good. The speakers I use are Edifer, I believe, speakers. They were about £100. Again, great bass quality, great sound, great all around. And 2, do you own any albums that you remember from childhood that are in your music collection? Yeah, my first ever album that I remember getting, I think it was for Christmas, cringily enough, was actually Pop Party 2, which was a more modern rival to the Now series. So I was actually a Pop Party kid before a Now kid. I've still got Pop Party 2. I'd probably get rid of the others bar that one just because it's, has a place. Jordan Howell says, what is your favourite episode of The Hoobs? I couldn't tell you specifics, mate, because I haven't watched The Hoobs in absolutely years. And 2, what are your thoughts on Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled? It's really good. If you want to check more in depth, again, the Switch video that's coming this Wednesday, you'll hear my thoughts there. Chestnut Bloke, did you see Toy Story 4? Well, I answered that earlier, but in response to the second part of your question, saying, do you think there should be another film in the series? No, I think this should honestly be it now. And 2, what was the first YouTube video you uploaded when you changed the channel name from Loudmouth37 to Adam Martyn? That's a good question. I think it was sometime either late 2016 or early 2017, because Adam Martyn is also my stage name for acting, so I think I just wanted to make myself seem more professional across all formats, including YouTube. Britannicus the Conqueror says, what is your favourite and least favourite James Bond movie? Well, my favourite's the same as yours. It's Casino Royale. It's such a brilliant film. My least favourite is... I did think about this the other day. My least favourite, actually, is probably, like, some of the Brosnan ones. I know it's a shock, but, like, The World Is Not Enough, Tomorrow Never Dies, just a bit slow. Harvey Richards says, can you do a brief history of TV-AM? If I did some research, I probably could. In terms of brief history, I have got a little project coming up. Nothing major, but it should debut in a few weeks' time. And 2, have you ever heard of or watched the ASDF movie series? Yeah, it was one of the first series I watched on YouTube by Tom Sky, right? Is he still making those? I'll have to check that out. Hassan Junaid says, have you seen any swearing movie? If so, what name? If you mean any movie with swearing in it, well, I've seen hundreds, so I couldn't name a particular one. And 2, have you watched The Walking Dead, and what do you think? I watched most of season 1, but it wasn't really for me. I probably like the graphic novels, but the TV show just didn't do it for me. Paul Kelly, do that their Terminator films? I'm not sure what you mean by that. But if you mean if I've seen them or like them, yeah, Terminator 2 Judgment Day actually is my favourite film of all time, so they're pretty good, and despite a lot of what people are saying, I'm actually quite excited for Dark Fate. Let's not knock it till we see it. Bill O'Dwyer, Chris Tarrant or Jeremy Clarkson? Oh, that's tough. Okay, Chris Tarrant, I mean overall, because he was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Jeremy Clarkson, though, is pretty good. I got to be in the studio and sort of watch him live, and he's a funny guy. I like him. Robtastic Productions says, could you do a now review on the annual DVDs from 2001 to 2006? I mean, I would, but just, again, I don't have any capture footage to capture what's on the DVDs, so maybe if I get that, that might be an option. And 2, would you do novelty adverts for after these messages? I mean, yeah, they're definitely something I'd consider, but again, it's going to be every now and then, because after these messages is a prime target for getting copyright stricken, unfortunately. And Bob the UK Man says, if you would pick one of the UK TV channels, so like Gold or Dave or whatever, do you want taken off the air? I don't really watch much of UK TV in that block to say what could be taken off the air. They all have their purpose in my eyes, so long may they stay. DJF Vlogs says about the last week, back again for now, was the now a coincidence? It actually wasn't, but I'm glad you've picked up on it. Bam on Boy says PS4 or Xbox One. I own neither, but I'd probably go PS4. VHS and DVD Fan 2006 says, do you have a favourite Doctor Who DVD? So my favourite kinds of Doctor Who DVDs are the ones crammed with special features. So I love the releases of like the War Games, or the 5 Doctors, the 25th Anniversary Edition, the Trial of a Time Lord set. Anything that's brimming with special features, that can be a favourite. Ninja Plays, what is your favourite children's UK game show? I don't know about any currently, but back then I used to love 50/50. And there was a version of 1 vs 100, but not like the adult version. There was a kids version for a while on CBBC. Kafuri TV says, what year have you first watched BBC Three? Probably when it came out, which was 2003. And what's your favourite BBC channel? Probably BBC One. And finally, Varai TV says, could you make an After These Messages video on the Hoobs launch promos? What is it with you guys and the Hoobs? You guys really seem to like the Hoobs. Again, it's something I could do. I'll look into it. I might do a Hoobs-based video because you all seem to like it. Maybe on this new show I'm doing, Overthinking. But that is it for your questions currently. So thank you very much for asking as always. If you have any more for me, my head's disappearing, please leave them in the comments of this video and I'll do my best to answer them in next week's Sunday catch-up. And before we go, just as I said, a lot of content coming this week. So on Monday, you've got the brand new show, Overthinking. Please check that out. I'm sure you're going to like that. Tuesday, you'll have the latest Now review. Wednesday, you're going to have my Nintendo Switch collection, which I know a lot of you want to see, so please check out that when it comes out. Friday, you'll have an IDENT review, and then all back to Sunday with another Sunday catch-up. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys. All the new videos will be out at 8 PM on their respective days. That's UK time. Please give this video a like, leave your comments down below, share it around with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and until the next one, I will see you guys next time.